Shakur Stevenson and William Zepeda basically have a pinky promise that they're going to fight. Let's talk.
Straighter, not roundhouse right hand.
And that's what we've been talking about, the straight shot. The one where he gets leverage on it.
I don't want to kill somebody
back
for
a little bit.
seconds.
Nah, I want a body on my record.
Now, I want to see you fight motherfuckers. I do. All right? I'm with you. I'm with you. As long as you're trying to fight the great, the best competition.
So Shakur Stevenson faked a injury. Nobody is asking for any proof. Nobody cares. But if this was another fighter, they would need to see the surgery going as it's happening. They would need to see the doctor performing the surgery as it's happening to believe it. And even then, they question it. Even then, they would say, man, it's a paid actor. But Shakur Stevenson fakes an injury where he has a 16-ounce glove on, which is basically a pillow. He punches a man in the soft part of their stomach, injures his hand apparently, and then falls to the ground and braces himself with the injured hand and then rolls over on his back as if he's in such excruciating pain. And you guys believe that. No problem. The next time someone get kicked in the balls, grab your ears and start jumping up and down. That'll be the exact same thing. Same thing. There's no reason for you to fall on the ground. It's not a natural reaction. If you injured your hand, it's not. If you injured your foot, sure. Injuring your hand is not a natural reaction to fall on the ground. Shaking it is a natural reaction. Grabbing it is a natural reaction. He did neither. And ironically and mysteriously, the camera view just was so perfectly put that they captured the whole thing on camera. How ironic. Whatever. He was going to fight Joe Cordina, and then all of a sudden the fight just fell through. That's who he was going to fight, Joe Cordina. Fight just fell through because he had a fake ass injury. See, before all of this happened, William Zepeda was having a baby. William Zepeda said he will fight Shakur Stevenson at the end of this year. He needs some time. He's having his baby. That's what he said. They will fight at the end of this year. Shakur Stevenson had a date in November. How ironic and mysterious that Joe Cordina pops up. Well, Team Zepeda says, bro, I don't know what the hell's going on because we agreed to fight at the end of this year. I told this man I just had a baby. I need a little bit of time. We're fighting at the end of this year. I agreed to it. Thought he agreed to it. And then out of nowhere, we got blindsided with him fighting Joe Cordina. Well, next thing you know, he's not fighting Joe Cordina. But William Zepeda is fighting Evan Farmer, if I'm not mistaken. Or whoever he's fighting, doesn't even matter. William Zepeda is fighting somebody. And then after that fight, there's supposedly Zepeda is fighting Shakur Stevenson, supposedly. Now, I know when Gervonta Tank Davis was fighting two Garcias back to back, I know that those contracts were done. Yeah, those contracts were done. Contingent upon him getting the victory against one Garcia, he was fighting the next one in his next fight. I knew that. There is absolutely nothing etched in stone that says Shakur Stevenson is fighting William Zepeda next? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. They pinky promised. There's no contracts, no offers, no paperwork, no nothing. Shakur Stevenson fans are running around here talking about, oh man, that's supposed to be next. This is supposed to be next. That's supposed to be next. This is supposed. Well, guess what? I am supposed to win the lottery. I am supposed to get head by every bad bitch on the planet. That's what's supposed to happen. But if I don't play the lottery number, if I don't play it, if I don't go buy a ticket, I have no chance of winning the lottery. No chance. You see that paperwork of me buying that ticket. I have no chance. Zero. Shakur Stevenson has no paperwork with William Zepeda. William Zepeda has no paperwork with Shakur Stevenson. Who's the A side in this scenario? Who's the A side? Y'all tell me Shakur Stevenson's the A side? I say no problem. Well, then Shakur Stevenson should be sending an offer to William Zepeda. What's the problem? You both fight on DAZN. Golden Boy is a DAZN platform. That's the network. That's the bank. Golden Boy. Matchrooms network. Matchrooms bank is DAZN. Shakur Stevenson is signed with Matchboy. William Zepeda is a Matchroom, and William Zepeda is signed with Golden Boy. Should be Matchboy shit. So their bank, both of their banks are Golden are DAZN. That's where they're getting their bag from. DAZN. That's the network. DAZN. So with that being the network, why isn't Shakur Stevenson, the champion, the A side, sending an offer to the B side? Why isn't he doing this already, right now, so they can look over it, have the lawyers look over it, and make sure everything is up and up on their side, so they can sign it, and then they can get this fight going on January timeframe, December, January. What's the problem? December, January, they can get this fight popping. December, January. Why isn't Shakur doing something? Now, if this was Devin or Tank, the entire world would be collapsing right now on why they're stalling, they're ducking, they're avoiding, blah, 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 yada, yada. With Tank Davis that did this to this man for years. For years. With Devin Haney that did this to this man with Super Diamantes. Oh, why ain't Devin sending? Why ain't Devin doing? Why ain't Devin? They were both champions. IBF and the WBC at the time. But yet, Devin is the one that had to do everything. Well, only one of them is a champion. Only one of them is the A side, and that is Shakur Stevenson in this scenario. But for some strange reason, you guys have no energy for this man. You have no smoke for this man. You have nothing. This guy gets a complete pass. A 100% complete pass. I'm extremely confused on why this man gets a pass without you guys being haters. I'm extremely confused because he is getting a pass. You say nobody wants to fight him, but he's the A side. Why isn't he sending offers? When I say that about Tank Davis, you go, oh man, you're right, BF. Tank the A side, Tank the money man. Tank should send an offer. Where's the offer? Tank ain't sending no Shakur, no offer. Where's the offer? Where's the paperwork? Where's the blust? That's what you guys say to me. Until it's time for Shakur to be the A side and do A side things. And then when it's time for Shakur to be the A side and do A side things, you guys give him a pass. Oh man, why would he send a contract to somebody that don't want to fight? Zepeda wants to fight. Where is Zepeda's contract? Where is it at? Where is the paperwork for William Zepeda? The guy you keep saying you're fighting next. The guy you keep saying this and keep saying that. Oh, we doing it. There, you have no. You guys pinky promised. You pinky promised. You passed. You didn't even pass a note saying check this box if you want to fight me. You didn't even do that. You just straight pinky promised. And now you're gaslighting the world as if this is what's popping for you next. I don't believe you. You have to show me. I don't believe you. Oh, William Zepeda could arguably lose to Tevin Farmer. If I'm not mistaken, that's who he's fighting. He could lose that fight. I don't think he will, but he could. It's boxing, anything can happen. Well, if he loses that fight, then what? Is Shakur fighting Tevin Farmer? In the most boring fight in boxing history, because neither one of them will engage. Both of them will just keep doing this shit. Neither one of them will throw any punches. I'm just saying. And this is no beef to neither one of them. I think Shakur Stevenson is a phenomenal fighter, talented, special. I think Tevin Farmer is a really good fighter. I believe if they engaged, then Shakur Stevenson should win that fight quite easily. Should, will, two different things. Hell, at this point, motherfucking Tevin Farmer would be the best name on his resume at 135. At this point. At this point in his career, Tevin Farmer would be the best, man. He'd be the best. It just blows my mind, the passes that this man gets, bro. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. So there's no paperwork between William Zepeda. There's no handshake agreements. There's no nothing. You guys just saw each other. You pinky promise and called it a day, and that was it. There's no nothing. Yeah, y'all are just A-okay. Y'all are just fine, just rocking out as what it is. Then William Zepeda and Oscar De La Hoya, yeah, we are ready. Yeah. See, Shakur, yeah, see. And then Shakur, that shit dead. You know, listen, Zepeda, he know who I want, man. He know, and then you guys will go keep fighting other people. I don't give a fuck who you want, Shakur. Go get them. Stop telling me what the fuck you want. Go get it. I don't give a fuck who backs you. I don't give a fuck who rocks with you. I don't give a fuck about none of that. That don't mean nothing to me. Go fucking get the fights that you claim you want, that we want to see you win, that I want to see you win, that I believe you'll be successful, that you'll be able to compete or be very, very competitive. Go get the fights, man. Stop making these fucking excuses about, oh, man, he can't do it. Why the fuck can't he do it? How can everybody else do it and he can't do it? Everybody else can send an offer, but he can't send one. Everybody else can make fights, but he can't make any. His 135 resume is absolute butt cheeks. Butt cheeks. Artem Bum coming off a loss. He's about to fight Joe Cordina, coming off a loss. Edwin De Los Santos, who you ran all fucking night. I know it's boxing, but I'm speaking as a fucking fan and not as a boxing diehard. I'm a fucking fan. I want to be entertained too. A lot of your fights are very entertaining, but you don't engage, which causes some of your fights, to include the De Los Santos fight, to be boring as a motherfucker, man. Some of your fights are boring as fuck because you don't and won't engage. They have to engage you before you throw a punch. Even your people had your grandfather in the corner talking about, let your hands go. And then after the fight, you blame them. Well, they didn't do anything. What the fuck did you do? They didn't go. Well, he didn't want to fight. They didn't want to fight. No, you mean they didn't throw a punch at you so you can counter it? It's called fucking ring IQ. If I know you're going to counter me, I'm not going to do something for you to fucking counter me. That's the whole fucking point of ring IQ. But you sitting there and it's like, nah, I'm Shakur. You got to throw punches at me so I can counter you. I'm a better counter puncher than you, so throw punches at me and you need to throw punches. What the fuck you talking about, bro? Well, this man has sent absolutely no one an offer. He has been the A side to everybody not named Devin and not named Tank. He has been the A side to all of them. Low key, maybe not Loma, but definitely he's the B side to Devin, and definitely he's the B side to Tank. He might be the B side to Loma. That's debatable. But he is the A side to everybody else. He was the A side to Pitbull. Why didn't he send Pitbull an offer? Don't give a fuck with Pitbull. Send him an offer. Make it official he turned it down. Why you didn't send an offer to Linares, to George Kambosos? Why didn't you send an offer to these guys? To Zepeda, Moratala? Why you didn't send an offer to these guys? Why? Why didn't you send an offer? What is your purpose of not sending an offer? This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life, bro. So everybody's ducking you. Nobody wants no smoke, but you offer nobody no fights. When you're the A side to these guys, I can understand Tank and Devin. You're waiting for them to send you an offer. Although Devin sent you one that you fucking turned down. But past that, I understand Tank and Devin are the A side to you. But if Tank and Devin are the A side to you, then you need to act like they're the fucking A side to you. You can't have it both fucking ways. You can't say that Devin and Tank are the A side to you, and Devin gives you an offer, a contract, and you turn it down as if you're the fucking A side yourself. You're not. You're the fucking B side, and you need to act like the fucking B side. Or you will never get fights. You'll continually run around here giving pinky promises to people and then doing some other things. And everybody will keep talking about woulda, coulda, shoulda, and how great he really is. And you guys will see if and when, and ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Because the if and when is the problem. And you, Shakur Stevenson, are the problems with the ifs and the whens. You. I understand with Tank, you need to take what you're given. You should have took what you're given with Devin, but you didn't. But with all these other guys, you're the A side. Or did you forget that's what you said when it came to Frank Martin? That shit dead. Frank Martin acting like, we gave him his highest purse. I mean, they not coming to see you. They coming to see me. I'm the draw. Yeah, that's right. You are the A side. That's right. Yeah, you're the A side. Yes. Yes. They're coming to see you. Yes, you're the A side. Yes, you. Which means you have to send them a motherfucking offer. You. If you do not send them a motherfucking offer, they're not sending you one. Because you are the A side. What is the fucking point? What's the purpose of sending the A side an offer? When the A side can just say, I don't want that. Give me something else. And then the B side says, okay, I'll send you something else. And then the A side says, I don't want that. Give me something else. Instead of the A side just saying, this is what I want. I want this. If you're going to send me an offer, no problem. I want this. That's why I'm not mad at Canelo Alvarez. I'm not mad at him for telling Turkey Al-Sheikh what he wants. I ain't mad at all. That motherfuckers run around here in a heartbeat, talk about this man is ducking this, ducking this. He ducked David Benavidez. He's not ducking Terrence Crawford. Doesn't give a fuck about Terrence Crawford. Doesn't need Terrence Crawford for nothing. At all. Doesn't really need David Benavidez, but he still ducked that man. It's a whole different story, bro. He's asking for what he wants. He's at least telling you what he wants. It might be a big ass, outrageous ass number, but at least the fuck he's telling you what he wants. We have no idea what Shakur Stevenson wants. We have no idea. We have no clue. 50-50 or I'll have to take whatever the WBC offers me. What the fuck you talking about, bro? How about you just say, look, man, I want 35%. You offer me 25, give me 35, we got to fight. Why isn't he just saying that? Just make it clear. He's not. Oh, well, I'm going to leave it up to the WBC, whatever they say. That's not a fucking offer, bro. It's not an offer. And you guys that protect this man will protect this man until your favorite fighter is included. When it comes to Lomachenko, when Lomachenko says, bro, what do you want? And then this man says 50-50. Are Lomachenko fans going to be cool with Lomachenko giving him 50-50? Are y'all going to be cool with this? Lomachenko is way more accomplished, way more decorated. His accolades are way better. Y'all started this accolade shit, so you can't remove it now. No, we're on it. Stay on it. Lomachenko's accolades are better. Better. His accolades are better than Shakur Stevenson's. Absolutely. He's fought better competitions. Not even close. He's a champion. Shakur's a champion. The fuck we talking about? What's going to happen? Are they going to fight on ESPN or are they going to fight on DAZN? Or is it going to be a joint pay-per-view? What is that fight even pay-per-view worthy? Is it even pay-per-view worthy? Hell, I say Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez was a more pay-per-view worthy fight than Lomachenko versus Shakur Stevenson. And I'm just keeping a rack with you, bro. There was more on the line, way more on the line. This is just fucking a unification of two belts. That was the WBO, the WBA, the IBF, and the WBC franchise. This is just the WBO. This is just the WBC, the IBF. I don't see how this is on pay-per-view. I don't see how it is. But if it gets on pay-per-view, cool, no problem. I'm just telling you my opinion is that this fight is not this is a Thursday night fight. Friday night fight. Saturday at best. It's a good fight. It's a good fight. Don't get it twisted. It's the best fight and the best, yes. But is it a pay-per-view fight? Well, of the two of them, Lomachenko fought on pay-per-view. 150,000 pay-per-view buys. Someone please tell me, what is Shakur Stevenson's pay-per-view buys? 0. Absolutely 0. But if it goes on pay-per-view, fine, cool. I mean, it is what it is. But what I'm saying to you is that the criteria that y'all have been pushing about a Latino and an other and a black person, or a Latino and an other and this and blah, 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 yada, yada, that criteria is Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez, not Lomachenko versus Shakur Stevenson. But if it's pay-per-view, cool. Congratulations, Shakur. Congratulations, Loma, for your second pay-per-view. Now tell me what's the split. It's a damn sure ain't 50-50. Lomachenko's accolades is better, his competition is better. What's the split? 60-40? 55-45? 60-40, bro, what's the split? Loma's the A side. So if Shakur Stevenson wants to fight Lomachenko, then Shakur Stevenson should be telling Lomachenko what he wants, because he's the B side to Lomachenko. Hey, Lomachenko, give me X and let's get this fight popping. Give me. Why isn't Shakur Stevenson telling Tank Davis what he wants? Why isn't if right now, with Lomachenko being a champion and Shakur being a champion, and I was thinking about this during this video. Lomachenko is the A side to this man based on his accolades. Because during this video, I was thinking about this. Because I spoke on this earlier. But during this video, Lomachenko is the A side to him. So when I was saying it was Shakur, it was Devin and Tank, and then potentially Lomachenko, I just remembered that Lomachenko is a champion as well, because I was thinking that Lomachenko didn't have a belt, but he beat Kambosos, so he's the IBF champion. Lomachenko is the A side to Shakur Stevenson. So the A side to Shakur is Tank and Loma at 135, because Devin's at 140. So we can remove Devin from this picture. It is Tank and Loma, and they are both the A side to him, because they both have a belt. And they're both more accomplished than this guy. Tank Davis in pay-per-views, Lomachenko in level of competition. It's not even close. So they're both the A side to this man, respectively. He's the A side to everybody else. So why isn't he telling Tank Davis what he wants? He can make it known. Listen, bro, he was out this motherfucker talking about, oh man, if they would have offered me that money, man, we would have had a fight. That shit dead. We would have had a fight. That's what he was saying. So why don't you tell Tank Davis what you want? Shoot for the stars. You'll land on the moon. This man isn't saying anything. He's not saying anything. He can set the precedence right now. He can say it himself. Listen, all you guys is ducking me. Hey, Tank, give me $8 million, bro. Give me $8 million. Give me $8 million and 25% of the pay-per-view, and we got to fight. Or 30% of the pay-per-view. Give me $8 million flat and 30% pay-per-view. You're making $30 million guaranteed. $40 million, $50 million you're going to make. So give me $8 million and 30% of the pay-per-view, and we got to fight. Or give me $8 million. Give me $5 million and a 50-50 split at a pay-per-view, and let's get it popping. That's a very easy thing right there. Give me 5 flat and 50-50 at a pay-per-view. Or give me 5 flat and motherfucking 40% of the pay-per-view. because I don't have nowhere near the draw of a Ryan Garcia. So give me 5 flat and 30% of the pay-per-view. Let's do that. Give me 5 flat and 30% of the pay-per-view. And we got to fight. Let's fight. We can fight next. You're fighting Lamont. I ain't fighting nobody. So after you knock Lamont out, you know what I'm saying? Give me 5 flat and 30% of the pay-per-view and let's fight each other. Why isn't this man saying it? Nobody around here is telling anybody what this man wants at all. He's just fucking talking, bro. It's a whole bunch of fucking talk. He ain't doing anything. And you guys ain't holding him accountable to nothing. He's out here pinky promising motherfuckers and nobody even cares. Had a fucking pinky promise against Zepeda and y'all just like, oh, well, you know, hey, it is what it is. He's fighting Zepeda next with nobody knowing if the fight's going to happen or not. And when he comes out and they revisit the Joe Cordina fight and he fights Joe Cordina, if Joe Cordina fights this nigga he's about to fight and then loses to that nigga and fuck around and fight Shakur Stevenson after that, y'all ain't going to say shit. Oh, well, nobody wanted to fight him, BF. Zepeda ducked him, man, so he ain't got no choice but to fight this nigga. It's the craziest fucking standard in the world. Whatever, man. BFTB, man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I'm out. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, subscribe to my Patreon. And if you feel like supporting me, please support me in the PayPal or the Cash App.